another interview with a very interesting person, my friend Hild, and I've been doing this these interviews with women who are, to me, very powerful women who I admire. And they have a goal, they have a vision, they have a dream, and they're all very creative and interesting and smart, independent women. So I have one here. She's from Norway, and I just grabbed her last week and I said, can I please have an interview with you?
Thank you, Ellen.
So I will let her introduce herself because she has a very beautiful French name, last name.
My name is Hild Andresen Bergere. So the two first are very Norwegian, and then the last one is very French. That's me.
Very French. So why is that?
I have a French husband.
Ooh. Yes, you are a lovely couple.
Thank you.
And they have a beautiful, I'm so lucky when I do this video because I get to go home to people to see their beautiful home. And their home is like an expression of their soul.
Yes, right? Well, it can be.
Yeah.
I think it is.
Yeah, I think it is.
I think it is, yes.
Even if you should have a grandiosa pizza box under your bed, it's still an expression on your, on your soul.
Who are you then?
Or you use your living room as a, stocking up stuff.
Yes, exactly.
Everything tells something.
Yeah.
Here is colorful, it's beautiful, it's very interior design. What kind of style will you say your home is?
Well, I don't think it's not a specific style, I think.
Bohemian?
Possibly. It reflects me and my husband.
Absolutely.
I have a big thing for the 20s.
Oh,
so, and so does the rest of the world for the moment. So I'm very lucky because it all sort of fell into place. I've been loving it forever, and now I can get all the pieces I love because everyone else wants the 20s at the moment. Lucky me.
So tell us about you, who you are, how did you become a designer? What was,
Well, I've always been creative. I was drawing from when I could hold a pen. My parents are both artists.
Yeah.
And so I decided quite early in my life that I wanted to work with something creative. I landed in fashion. I have a fashion degree, and I've been working in several different jobs in the fashion industry all my life. I had a stint in the dot-com era for about 7 years. That was fun. We were a whole pack of young, driven people.
Yeah.
But then the dot-com crash was a reality. And that's when I decided to go back to fashion again.
And that was what connected you and me.
That's what connected you and me quite later.
Yeah, quite later.
Yes.
I met her when I was going to fashion designer school, and she was the teacher there, and she was exactly like I had imagined a fashion designer teacher look like, with her little books under her arms and the little glasses on her nose, high heels, strolling through the corridor. So, and then we connected, and then we've been friends since that time.
Well, we gradually became...
Gradually,
yes.
That's more correct.
Yeah, that was in the 2015, I think.
Yeah.
I practice what I preach. I love fashion, and you can see it on me.
Oh yeah.
So you could.
You're a walking, a walking doll.
Yes, that was in 2015, and then we gradually became friends because you started inviting me to your Bible study.
My Bible study.
Yes.
So we have that in common too. Not only fashion and the creative, but also God. So I'm a Christian, she's a Christian, and then I had this group and invited these fantastic women, all of them.
Yeah.
And so our relationship has been growing. Tell us a little more about how you what is your dream? What are you? Where do you see yourself? What do you want to do with your creative gifts?
Well, I am a trained fashion designer, as I mentioned.
Trained in many ways.
Yes, yes, true. For so long I've been wanting to be a fashion designer.
Mm-hmm.
I really love the process of designing garments. I still have visions, and I want to do this and I want to do that. But lately my dream has been changing a bit. I'm in this transitional place, because as much as I would like to continue designing clothes, the fashion industry is a problem to me. There are too many garments, there are too many brands. It's just simply too much fashion.
Yeah, it is too much actually.
The world doesn't need another fashion brand.
No.
It just doesn't.
What do you think they need then?
Well, I don't want anyone to stop wanting to be looking nice. And
no.
that should not be the consequence. We all should wear, beige because it would never go out of fashion. No, on the contrary. So what I see myself, and what I call myself now, and I see myself doing in the future, is being a fashion inspirator. That's my own term.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
What does that mean?
Yeah, it means that I want people to try and shop a little less. To be more fond of what you already have. I want you to, when you buy stuff, to really love it, to take care of it and keep it for long. I want it to be your style. So I want people to understand who they are, what is their style, what are their colors, and so on. I want people to recycle, to upcycle, to give away, to swap. So that each and every one of us contribute to having less garments around.
Absolutely.
We need that to stop.
Yeah,
we need to not
we
stop.
shop too much.
Yeah,
we just want something new.
Yeah.
I have the closet full of dresses and nice clothes still. Sometimes when I'm going out, I have nothing to wear.
Yeah, sure.
And I need something new.
Yeah,
it's like a addiction sometimes.
Well,
the shopping, huh?
It's hard because when you have something new, you see yourself anew. You feel fresh, and you feel you have new eyes on yourself.
Yeah.
So I don't want to shame the feeling of wanting something. We should allow ourselves to want that still, but try and stop the frenzy of it, and be happy with the stuff you already have and combine it with something. Maybe it's a new pair of earrings, or just
a lipstick, new lipstick.
That's or combining it all new with in a combination you have never worn it before. If you are true to your style, you can wear the same shirt in so many different ways, because it fits with that and that and that and that and that and that and that in your closet.
But they need to be taught that, women.
Well, some people do it naturally, and somebody need help and guidance. And
I can see, I have this little, not a blog, but it was meant to be a little blog. It's called Women's World Magazine.
Yeah.
It's a page I have. And I started it because I wanted to inspire women to be more feminine.
Sure.
Especially in Norway.
Yes.
Many beautiful women here, but they dress after the weather, and the femininity disappear, So,
practical is on the forefront.
Yeah, the practical is more on the forefront.
There's another driver though, and it hasn't got to do with practical at all. It has to do with social control.
Yeah.
I suppose that you who are listening today are for the most part Americans, so this is some sort of a social trivia. But I have seen studies that places Norway very far down on the scale of the social control parameter. Meaning we score so high on so many different parameters, but social control is a real thing in Norway.
What do you think is like that? Is it the feminism?
It's a big question. It's a very big question. We are a country a peasant country, a fisher country. We didn't have our own king and queen. We didn't have our own aristocracy. We were a poor country, and very few and scattered. So social control has its part in there, and the whole culture of dressing, you know, around the aristocracy, around the really rich people, has somehow not settled in this country. And then along comes oil, but we're in essence kind of peasants and fishermen with money still. And I don't
That's
mean,
true.
yeah, I don't want to be, you know, snobbish or anything. I'm Norwegian myself, but when it comes to dressing, I'm kind of not.
Yeah, and they also, you know, I love my country too. I mean, I'm born here, and it's also another thing I see, that even if Norway is a rich country, the men, I must say something about them, many of them doesn't know how to be a gentleman.
No.
And you see that farmer in him, you know, that it's like farmers a lot, still inside of them. And also when it comes to dressing, because when I travel, and I think it's the same with you, when we travel to Paris or Rome or other places in Europe, we dress up.
Yeah, sure.
And we try to wear that same clothes, at least I did when I came here, and then people said, are you going to some party, or where are you going? You look so, you know, and it was a regular Monday. I just want to look nice, you know?
Yeah, that's what I say. I there's a hashtag out there on the World Wide Web, Instagram to be specific, that is called Never Knowingly Underdressed. Never knowingly underdressed, that's me.
Yeah.
I do dress up. I have to sort of take a deep breath and decide, it's okay, I'm going to be looked at, that's all right. But
But you're a role model. You're a role model, so you're dressing up for many other women who doesn't know how they can shine and be more beautiful if they learn a little bit, for example, from you.
But it takes courage, and that's what it shouldn't.
It takes courage.
It's sad that it takes courage to look nice. It's sad to take courage to dress up, because in every culture, at any given time in the evolution of men, actually, you can see that women and people in general have adorned themselves. It's not a new thing that we want to wear jewelry or makeup or fancy clothes or colorful clothes. Mankind has always done that. But now we've come to a day and an age where it's, in some places at least, seen as a bit, you risk being seen as a bit of dumb, actually, if you dress up.
Yeah.
People see you as one-dimensional.
Yeah.
So people don't risk it. They don't want to risk to be seen as one-dimensional, because their exterior is well put together.
So they hide behind like that beige, where every woman, especially one part of North Oslo here, many women wear the same. They wear beige, white and beige clothes all the time.
Navy and jeans.
Yeah.
And fancy shoes and handbags.
I have a friend, she's from Albania from the beginning, and she told me it was a very strong communistic country, that they were not allowed to wear colorful clothes. Only military colors and dark blue and black and gray and maybe brown. So now she's a famous fashion designer in LA, in Hollywood actually, and her dresses are all yellow, pink, blue, red, you know, like a rainbow.
Oh, wonderful.
Because she need to, you know, use those colors, and she was not allowed to. The whole country was under such strong communism.
Yeah, and you could say that there are no such rules now here, but they are there anyway.
Is it insecurity, do you think?
Of course it is.
You hide?
Yeah, we're naturally, I mean, look at the child, how they're drawn to colors. I look at my 5-year-old daughter, she sees glitter or a rainbow or a unicorn, and she goes, wee,
Yeah.
It is just natural. It's in us, everyone, and then we are cultivated into thinking that wearing a blue shirt like this or red lipstick, it's less. It has your risk looking dumb.
Yeah. They are interpret that you are trying to get attention to yourself.
That and
you are showing off. It's in Norway. It's something called that we know a lot about. It's called the Jante law. It's an unwritten law. It's a mentality. It's also in Sweden.
In Denmark, it was written in Denmark by Jakob Sandmose. In fact, yes, he's a Danish writer. Yes. And it's very, very true for the Scandinavian countries.
Tell them what that law is.
It's not one. There's a set of laws.
Yeah, it's a set of laws.
Yeah, that was written by the Sandmose.
Yeah.
Oh goodness me! I hope I'm not referring to the wrong author. Well, forgive me if I am. But there's a lot of you shall not.
Yeah, you shall not.
You shall not this, and you shall not that, and you must so, and you must that. And those are fitting very well in the Scandinavian countries.
You should not think that you are better than me.
Yes.
You should not, for example, if I come to my coffee shop and I say that I have this vision, I have this dream, they think that I am, wow, you know.
Don't do that.
You're full of fantasy, calm down, you know.
Yes.
And also, if you are like us, we are not typical Norwegians, I think, in our behavior. We talk to people, and in Norway, you have your little group of friends. And if you start talking in a coffee shop to new people, they wonder,
is she drunk?
I don't need more friends. I have my 5. I don't need new friends.
Yeah.
Is she little, you know, have she, you know, some mental, you know, she has no friends, or what's her problem? She's been in jail, or they look like that when I just try to be funny. I'm standing in the line, you know? You know what I mean?
I totally.
So we're not trying to paint our country black.
Oh no, I love Norway, I really do.
Yeah, I love Norway too.
With fantastic social democracy. And we are so privileged. We are really so privileged. But there is the but about fashion and personal style. That's more or less, sorry. I don't have much else to say, but we are talking about fashion today. Yeah. We are talking about style. We are talking about creativity. And in those respects, it's a difficult place to be.
It is a little difficult.
God bless Norway.
Yeah, God bless Norway.
Push a little bit more towards creative freedom. Yeah.
But you are one role model who's going to help the Norwegian women to...
I'm trying.
Yeah.
Well, fashion inspirator, that's my self-proclaimed title.
Yeah.
I live well with it, and I go online every day on Instagram with another outfit or some details or something to inspire the everyday woman to be a little more creative, a little more colorful. Yeah. A little more fancy, a little more feminine.
Yeah. And you should look into her Instagram konto. It's called Fine for 40.
Yes.
So you can see colorful, inspiring pictures every day. And you are the model.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. But it's fantastic. I really get inspired too. I love everything you put out there.
Thank you.
So let's switch to another subject now that also links us together, and that is our beliefs in God.
Yes.
Yeah. So as she said, we are in this little group in my house, and where I share the word of God, and you know, and how much is God in your life? How much does He mean to you, or God? How much does that mean to you to have that belief, that faith that there is something bigger than you on this planet that you can lean on?
I see that I go to God typically in 2 different situations. If I'm scared or hoping for something,
right?
I need backup. Could I say that?
Yeah.
I go to God, I also go to God, fortunately, when I'm deeply happy, to be thankful.
That's wonderful.
To be in those small, precious moments of happiness. They can be very quiet. I turn to God and say thank you.
That's beautiful.
When you've been through a lot, thankfully, to me, it has opened me up even more to those good moments. To see them, to be aware of them, and to thank God for them. If you take your general happiness for granted, I think that you risk seeing those really profound moments.
You're right.
And you're sort of just running after the big new big flare, and then you're overseeing all the small, profound, quiet moments of happiness. I'm not sure that we can hope for more than the small, quiet moments, and I'm thankful for those.
How do you can you hear God? Do you feel you can hear His voice? How does He speak to you?
Elena, I have very deep respect for your relationship to God. I want to become to have that myself. I'm learning from you. I'm very open to hearing you about your relationship and how you got there. I'm not there yet for myself, but I'm working towards it. Through prayer, obviously, through mindfulness about His presence, I can be better at it. But more and more, I feel you and I, for instance, we've been praying together sometimes, and I honestly feel that our prayers were heard.
Absolutely.
Like many, I suppose, there would be there are always places in my life that I could wait for the big yes and the big gift from God, and this door is just going to open for me now, and He will just push me into this fantastic reality. I wouldn't say no.
No, not would I either.
That would be wonderful, but I do have small things, important things that I prayed for, that I really feel that my prayers were heard.
Prayer is fantastic, and it's also great to have a relationship where we can share difficult things about life, and then we can pray together for those difficulties, and then we can see that our prayers actually are answered. So
and then you have to, I'm trying to, and I know that you are, especially maybe even you, I'm trying to understand that the pace of my life, the pace in which I want things to happen, might not always be right for God, and I might not always see the big work going on around me. Because I see here and now. And then I can sometimes look back at things and see, okay, I understand that. I don't necessarily understand here and now, but then I can look back and see there was a plan.
Absolutely, and I believe it's so important to have visions and dreams. We are created of the Creator to have visions and dreams and follow them, because I think that is us. If we live out those dreams, then we live out a big part of who we are. Don't you think? And then I realized, Hild, that I can have visions and I want everything now, because we are people that are impatient. We want the food now, we want everything now, And God wants to teach us patience, and He also wants us He shapes us into the picture, into the vision, the dream we carry over time. And I have learned that I need to go through hurt, disappointments, people leaving me, stuff that I was not prepared for, yet God was in it, teaching me things and shaping me a lot of things that I need to be shaped in, so I could fit my future vision, for example.
Yeah.
To be that person that I see myself over there.
Yes.
Do you have it like that?
Well, I'm not young anymore.
You're not old either.
I'm not old either, but I have enough age to be able to look back on something. And I've had a plan and a dream for so long.
Yeah.
Which was to create clothes and be that fashion designer. And I had an epiphany in the post-op room of my daughter, my 5-year-old daughter. Had to be up until 4 o'clock in the morning. And at that point, it came to me that as a very young person, I wanted 2 things. I wanted to be an actress or a fashion designer. So I went for fashion design. Good. Now, many years later, I'm here at this crossroad. Do I still want to be a fashion designer? I suppose if somebody came to me and asked me to do a capsule collection, I would find it hard to say no. But as I mentioned earlier, I'm not going to go for that now. And here comes the point. Merging that little actress in me. Who is she? She's the person who likes to talk to people, to present a message, to maybe present it to many people or to one-on-one. With the creative other person, which is the fashion designer in me. And to merge it into this place of fashion inspiration. I cannot be a fashion inspirator without other people, without an audience. You can be a fashion designer without an audience in your secluded place of creating and creating items. But as a fashion inspirator, you need to be out with people.
And be an inspirator as you are.
Yeah, and deliver
you're inspirational. Yeah, very.
Yeah,
so you combine actually the actress thing in you with the fashion.
I mean, yes, that's what I'm saying. And I'm not trying to be, extra and say that I'm now being an actress and a fashion designer. I'm saying that I have this place where I want to really engage with people, like really meaningfully engage with people while still being creative and keeping on to the fashion, the love for fashion that I have. And I've been through a lot of struggles to get here. The last years have been very hard, very, very hard. And is it so that I'm supposed to be here now and I had to go through this challenging path to get here?
Why do you think you had to go through all these challenging things?
You know what? The problem, what is it in English? Well, I'm not sure that I will sit back one day and just be thankful for all the struggles. There has been some of the struggles I've had, I'm thinking, I didn't need that.
Of course.
But I look at the world, there is so much horrible stuff going on.
Right.
It's very hard for me to say that all the horrific stories that goes around are meant for some greater good. I don't think that all the bad stuff happening to us is made and meant to be for the greater good or anything. Bad stuff happens. I don't think all the bad stuff that happened to me needed to happen. But some of it was to make me stronger, to make me more aware of who I am, to crystallize who I am to myself and who I can be to others.
And then to learn to forgive people who treat you in a not so good way.
Sure.
So we protect our hearts and not become bitter.
Yeah.
So, I believe also that we people all have some kind of struggle in this life, but I believe that there is an enemy in the spirit world.
Yeah.
And the darkness who are coming against everything that God made.
Yeah.
And that is us. And so I have felt it, that there are unrighteousness, there are mean things coming through some people, just to push you down, and to make you feel that you are nothing or reject you, but I have learned, because I have God, how to handle these difficult situations.
Yes.
So I'm personally very grateful that I have that relationship to God. I can't imagine how my life would be without my belief system and all those struggles.
Yeah.
Where would I be? I mean, maybe I would be bitter or drinking, you know, taking a Valium, or I don't know, you know, but I can go to God and actually forgive people even if they don't deserve it.
I think that you are a monument when it comes to forgiveness. I'm in awe of your amazing ability to do that. I'm still learning, but what I will say is that I have a lot to learn still about forgiveness. I will say that I have done that a lot on my part as well in last years, and what I have learned in the face of these challenges is that there will be people out there, they don't want good for you. And you have to stop thinking that if you just do so and so good yourself, they will flip around and want good for you. They're never going to change. They're never going to want good for you. They will try and jeopardize that at any turn. So what can you do? You can turn your back against them and look somewhere else and turn to people that do want good for you.
Yes.
And then that's where your belief system and mine too come into play. You can forgive them. You can put them in your past and say, that happened. I forgive you, but I don't want you to be part of my life. I'm going to walk away from this. I'm going to surround myself with people that want good for me. So I let you be there. I don't want any kind of wrong for you. I let you live your life. I will live mine. But I don't want to spend time with you.
Even the Bible is very clear on these things, and as I walk with God, Hild, I learn more and more how I should treat myself, because the Bible speaks about that, how you should treat your neighbor, your enemy, how we should be in this society, how we should think about ourselves. So after a while, when I study the Word of God, I start to realize more and more who I am.
Sure.
And that's why I learned the power of forgiveness.
Yes.
Because there will be people in my future who will also treat me in a bad way. And I have decided, not based on what I feel, but it's a decision out of my will, that I will forgive. Because if I don't forgive, to take that very quickly, it's a chain between me and that person who is mean, that I'm dragging with me into the future.
And it's destroying you ultimately.
It's destroying me and my heart, and I'm not allowing that terrible thing that happened with that person to continue into my future.
No, because I mean, if we don't forgive, it doesn't necessarily destroy the other person at all. The person you're destroying is yourself. Because that non-forgiveness is eating on your good energy. You're spending your own good energy on harboring bitterness.
And your heart.
And then that, when you walk away, you forgive on one level or the other. You walk away from the energy that takes from you. And then it's freed to do something else. And for me, having been through all that struggle I've had in the last, give or take, 5 or 10 years, I'm still here. I'm still in the creative field. It's fierce, the creative field in Norway. We're too few people, too many people who wants to be in the creative field. So there's fierce competition. So I'm awake and aware about the fact there are people who don't want good for me. I was very naive 25 years ago, so naive that fact was I was somehow oblivious to that. And I cannot be in the creative field in this day and age without being aware of it.
It's very important like I have learned from life, Hild, to have the right people in your inner circle.
Yes, yes. I have been hardcore about that the last 5 years. So I'm surrounded by a large, I would say, group of people that I'm very happy with, that gives energy to my life. I can bring them good back.
Yeah.
And many of them are not in the fashion business. I'm grateful for that.
Yeah.
Even though my circle of good people in the fashion business, thankfully, is growing as well.
Yeah, that's good.
I still want to be there.
Yeah.
Yes.
I believe, to end with this now, that God will use you because you're so genuine, and you're an inspiration, and you're very creative and interesting and smart and funny. So you are a role model. I think that's why some of us has to go a harder walk in this life and experience maybe more stuff than everybody else.
Sure.
I think so, and because we learn from our mistakes, and we have to trust what's inside here.
Yes.
You have to know who you are, what's been given to you, and how to use it.
God gave me this gift. I mean, I was born with creative talent, can I say it so bluntly. I don't know how not to use it. I need to use it. It's my purpose. And my purpose have been a winding road, but it's always there's always been this element of creativity to it, and it continues to be.
Yes.
Yeah.
And but you know, we believe in the Creator.
Yes.
He's the great designer to me, and he has put creativity in you and in me, and it's to live out that creativity.
Yes.
You know. So we will end here.
Yes.
Thank you for letting me come into your home and talk to you. Is always fun, interesting.
Yes.
Could talk to you for hours.
Likewise.
You're so smart and so funny. So God bless you, people. Have a wonderful afternoon from Oslo. Thank you for listening.
Thank you for having me.